for joining me and welcome to this question timeless tarot reading. I wanted to do this very special reading for you guys. It's in my timeless series, which means that it's not set to a specific time or place. It's good whenever you are watching it. And I wanted to ask, what is the nature of this relationship? Let me know how you like the question down below. Let me know if you have a question that I could answer for everybody, also in the comment section, or just leave me a comment and a like if you like this type of video, okay? I'm super excited to be here with you guys, and let's begin. So I'm just I didn't plan which cards I'm going to use. I just got the Tarot of Love. I've been using the Oracle decks from this company for a while, and I saw this deck around and I was like, what is that deck? And I couldn't figure it out, and I finally figured it out, and I'm like happy as a clam right now because I've wanted it for a long time. So let's find out what is the nature of this relationship. Uh-oh. Of course, everything starts moving around me at the same time. What is the nature of this relationship? Okay, so maybe we'll do 6 cards to warm up. And then I'll do 1 advice card on the end. So creepy. There's a bag that's moving right behind me. That's what's making that extra sound. Okay, so let's find out what the messages are. So your first message is the 3 of Hearts. So this can suggest that there's been lots of people who were involved in this relationship, more than just one person, or maybe one person was really playing the field, trying to meet lots of different people and figure out who's right for them. I feel as though there could have been some kind of, misdirected feelings, although the prevailing energy of the relationship was to do with having fun, enjoying each other, enjoying each other's company. It was more of a 5th house relationship, if you know what I mean in astrology. It means a relationship that was in some way connected to happiness, joy, romance, nothing too serious, and nothing that was meant to be too long term. The next message is, or at least that's what one person thought. Here is the next message. This is the 4 of Hearts. This is called Depression. I don't like the name of this card for this message, but I feel like maybe let's just take it as is because it's actually resonating. So maybe this type of relationship left one person in a lot of sadness and a lot of regret for what was going on. Maybe they didn't want this kind of relationship and their feelings were involved. However, they didn't want to have a relationship that was that open, that carefree. Maybe they wanted someone who was serious, and so they were involved in a relationship with someone who was not interested in an exclusive relationship with them, or maybe they were already involved in a committed relationship in which the partner was looking around and kind of playing the field, or maybe even emotionally being loose, and talking to lots of different people. Here is the next message. We have the 4 of Stars. So this is the 4 of Wands. So there was a lot of effort made in order to improve the family dynamic and the family situation. I feel as though there could have been couples therapy. There could have been a lot of talk back and forth as to how to make the relationship work. I feel as though progress was made, and it was maybe partly for the purpose of appeasing somebody's sadness. So maybe somebody was kind of playing along in order to not help someone not feel so sad. I feel as though if that was the case, it was very strenuous for that person, because it's very hard to go against that which you want. If you want to socialize, and it's very hard not to socialize, or if you don't want to socialize, imagine how it feels if somebody wants to go out and you just don't want to go out anywhere. It feels really kind of uncomfortable, and you get there And it could turn out to be fun, of course, but here, I'll let you guys see the kitty cat. But yeah, so it could in some way turn out as a positive thing, but oftentimes if we're forced against our will, then it's a dragging on energy. Here is the next message, and we have the Seven of Trees, contemplation. So this is Seven of Pentacles. Somebody is saving money towards a bigger outcome in the future. Somebody really sees a glimmer of hope amid all of this. And, you know, to backtrack a little bit, this Four of Stars here, I think that even though it may have been burdensome for the person who was involved to in some way, it was burdensome for the person involved in some way to kind of give of themselves and be more open to an exclusive relationship. It did help the relationship grow. So I guess this person had made a choice to kind of slow down in their activities with other people because they felt sympathy for somebody's heart. It kind of stopped them in their tracks, and they said, hey, wait a minute, what am I doing? And although I'm not really into guilt trips or that kind of thing, I don't think it's a productive thing. In this case, I think that maybe the Four of Wands, which is this card, there was progress made, and maybe some commitment had evolved through the process of sympathy, which is not the best feeling, but maybe you can support it with other things as well. And so the next card is the Seven of Trees, and so I feel as though there was some kind of, it started making sense. It started making sense how to push things along, how to make this relationship work. Just notice these are all lower arcana so far. They're all, you know, lower arcana cards. So I love this card. Look at it. It's like looking up in the tree and seeing sun through it. It's gorgeous, right? And so someone was kind of looking at the glimmer of hope. They were seeing the potential. They were seeing the possibilities that were before them, and they started to understand that something could come of this. And it reminded them of the joy they had with regard to socializing and really getting what they want out of life. So in some way they kind of got the same feeling as they had when they were just messing about, but in this case they were actually investing in their future. So it felt maybe they got a little bit more. There's also something that's coming through in a channeled message, that this person may have been re-triggered at this point to think about the things of the past. So progress is being made, they're saving, it's getting a little bit easier, and so they get pulled back into thinking, oh, maybe I should give Julie a call, or maybe I should call, whoever. and so suddenly, or just the idea, let's go out on the town, let's socialize, let's bring more people into this dynamic, started crossing somebody's mind as certain plans were being made for the future. Maybe this was another level of defense that person had. Maybe there's a fear of commitment, which is really common in people. Here is the next message. So the Eight of Trees, so this is right now, Sun in Virgo, Eight of Trees, skill. So I feel as though great skill has been applied towards projects, towards work. Neither people are in this situation are people who just throw their energy around. They've been applying their efforts for a long time, and I think that's why this one person was so sad and disappointed, because they put so much effort into their life, into their career, maybe their kids if they have kids, and so they wanted something that would not waste that effort that they're putting into their lives. And so this continued, and now there's a new level of groundedness. Refinement is the word that comes to mind. And I think that's both people. Both people have gained skill a lot and have more to show for themselves. The next card is the Seven of Stars, faith. So this is the Seven of Wands. So it's about believing in yourself and believing in this relationship. Judging by all the other cards as being lower arcana, I would suggest that probably the person who was feeling this feels sort of insecure because they sense that their partner or the person that they're interested in is thinking back to more social times, mingling, being single, those kinds of things. Maybe you're still together, maybe there's no problem in this relationship, but there's this kind of feeling that one of the people has towards more carefree times, and the partner is feeling insecure. The other partner, the one who wanted more commitment, is feeling insecure. And so this card is encouraging kind of self-assuredness and faith that a relationship will evolve. I think this is also encouraging the person, whoever, both people, to stand up for that which they want. Whichever way it is, whether it's to be more social or be more exclusive, without asserting that which they want, those things will go unnoticed and they'll get swept under the carpet. But where does dust from underneath the carpet go? Nowhere. It's always there. So it grows and it grows and it becomes kind of filthy, right? So that's such a funny pun. I'm sorry, I didn't intend it. But the filth of the Three of Cups, right? But I feel like with the Seven of Stars, I feel like you have to have faith that you have to have faith in the relationship, that the relationship will work out, or will work out for the betterment of both people. And you have to have faith in yourself to speak up and communicate what you need so that both people can come to an agreement, to common ground. Okay? Are you guys ready? Before we get our advice card, maybe I'll pick a couple of these cards. So here's some angels. So relaxation. So this to me signifies that maybe the person was the partner who was going out a lot, the partner that was very social, found relaxation in the process of going out. So now that you are more exclusive, maybe they're not looking for other people to be into the relationship, but maybe they are more interested in that feeling of relaxation. So if you're working together on this, trying to find common ground, maybe you can find other activities that can be more wholesome, or maybe even for you both, that can still provide relaxation that person needs. Remember, when people get tense, it just, everything, you're throwing out baby with the bathwater at that point. So you want to listen to your partner. If you're the one who wanted commitment and the other person wanted to go out, you want to ask your partner, what do you find relaxing? You want to really figure that out and provide that for them, or help them find that. If you're the person who is in this position of wanting to go out, then you need to figure out, how else am I going to fulfill this need, right? You don't want to take something away and not put something back in. It's just basic psychology. You want to replenish it with something that's healthy and good. So for the center two cards, it's contentment. So I think this is reassuring that even though we were talking about how it's not a good idea to guilt trip people into, any kind of situation, I feel like even though it was a situation that involved sadness or tears, or this is such a pretty card, it's not showing up here. The tears are little hearts. Isn't it cute? Even though that's the case, I still feel as though there's satisfaction. I don't feel like the partner feels imposed upon, the other person, the person who is going out. But I do think it's wearing on them in the area of stress and relaxation. And so that's what needs to be addressed. Let's pick the last and final card. We have birth. But this could be a literal birth, because this is the Four of Wands, which is marriage. But this is also like the birth of asserting what you need, right? And really trusting that the relationship can sustain that, and that if in certain cases it doesn't, that it will be for the betterment. So if you find out now that you are incongruent and you can't live with each other because of this and that, then it's better that you know now than later, right? It's better that you know now that you have to step away from each other because you want different things. But I think in most cases, this will be about coming together. This is not going to be about stepping apart. There's no cards here. This is in the middle of a situation. It's still growing. And so I feel as though for the majority of you, this is about self-confidence, about speaking to someone about what you want, having that need heard, and bringing it forward in your life. Here is your next card. And so this is your advice card. So this is the Knight of Hearts. So we have romance anyway. You can have this romance in your life. This could be a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We know this. But this can also be an emotional offer that is being made. So maybe, I don't want to cover the cat because it's so cute. But it's an emotional offer that is being made in some way. So somebody has made up their mind and they're ready to decide about which way to go, how they want to go forward with things. Those were tarot cards that just fell. Let me give you guys a couple oracle cards to stir your imagination. So clear the past. So yeah, separation from the past is necessary. Those feelings of, you know, kind of running around and romance and kind of certain things that were meant for a certain time and place. You may want to clear those things, and really be good with it too. So if you're the person who was really into your single life, you really want to make sure that you're settled with the idea that, you know, that was something that you're tired of now and you want to move on from. But either way, you want to give the other person, if the other person is the person who is experiencing this, then you want to give them the opportunity to find that, because trust me, if you don't let them do it now, then they will do it later, because that's going to grow within them, right? So you got to make sure that they're good with closure on that part of their life. I wanted to go back to this. I feel as though somebody's about to make some kind of emotional offer, put their heart on the line, say how they feel about situations, bring forward good energy, and kind and compassionate energy towards you. I want to pick one more card. This is Trust Your Vibes deck. It's amazing, and I think you guys should get it. It's a Hay House deck. The Hay House decks are really good. I didn't use it for a while because I thought it wouldn't work with my setup, but it totally does. But this is the deck. It's from 2004, so it's an oldie but a goodie, and it's by Sonia Crockett. And yeah, it's a really cool deck full of really cool messages and pretty nice art too. So, but they're very easy, very kind of not scary, not intense cards. Anyway, so let's take a look. So you have some downtime, giving it some downtime to percolate. There has been downtime as people have come into their skill level, respective skill level. They have refined who they are as people, and now they're becoming more of themselves. They're growing into themselves. They're becoming stronger in their character. There's this kind of identity that's emerging, right? As you work on your tasks, as you work on your work, you come to realize who you are. So now you can bring that forward a bit more. Like, hey, this is my identity. This is what I need to be successful. This is what I need for my life to be good, right? So that communication is about to happen. And I think it's going to be initiated by the Knight of Hearts. And if you don't have a person who's a water sign involved in this relationship, just think to yourself right now, and this can be a man or a woman, possibly leaning towards man, but it could be a woman as well. So just close your eyes and really trust your intuition. You'll understand if it's you or the other person intuitively. I'm going to give you guys one more card. Okay. And so we have finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now, so this is really an important message. It seems like it's coming through that there's like an underlying issue of really wanting to build something, really wanting to build something concrete in somebody's life, applying yourself towards achieving something, pushing forward and growing. And I think that that's pushing towards this kind of structure, commitment, or pushing towards common goals. If you and your partner are planning to have children, then finances are going to be a huge part of when you begin that process. So this is your advice card, the Knight of Cups, which it's saying, the Knight of Hearts. It's saying that the advice is to really express your feelings, and I think that's supported by the Seven of Stars, which is the Seven of Wands. This is reassuring, saying that this is a good relationship that you can trust and share your thoughts and ideas. We'll talk about this more on Vimeo. It's down below, and I provide the link. After I post this live, it'll take me about half an hour before I have the deeper video explaining the details a little bit more. So come join me, check it out. It's a part of a big package of readings you can get, or you can get them individually. The big package of readings will grow until I reach the limit of what I've offered in the description. It's either 5 or 10 videos. And so if it's 3 videos or something, know that 7 more videos will come up in the future on the same kinds of topics. I think this is the pick a card / questions playlist, so go check that out. They're super fun. Anyway, thank you for supporting me and my channel. I hope this message helped you, and thank you. Have a nice day. Bye.